how long you have had this play, this one-man stand-up?
This How to Become a Berliner in 1 hour, only for, it's now the 1 year and a half.
Okay.
1 year and a half, and I loved it because it comes originally from France. It's called How to Become Parisian in 1 hour, and I rewrote it, adapted, changed it, and got the license from the French guy. And I was fascinated because I saw the show the first time. I thought, wow, there are people from 50 different nationalities are in the room. That what thrills me still is because I do my own shows, I write books, I direct, whatever. But having an international crowd in Berlin in a show, that's a dream. I love that. That's actually the most important thing for me, to have international people in the show.
So many people can enjoy your show.
Sorry?
So many people in different countries can enjoy your show.
Not in different countries, but coming from different countries, coming to Berlin. And that's the excitement because, and the trick is actually, because it's about cliches and preconceptions, but I realized that it's always important that I could put much more details about Berlin in the show, but it has to be always a balance that the Berliners can laugh about themselves, but also people from everywhere, from Afghanistan or from South Korea or from China or whatever. They have to laugh the same way, and then it's fun because people come from everywhere. At one time I had a guy from Arabic country, I think it was from Saudi Arabia. I don't know exactly, but he was very Islamic, very serious. He didn't laugh. He didn't turn his face. I thought, shit, maybe it's too tough with the sexual part. And then after the show, you ask him, sorry, you didn't like the show or something. And he was very sweet, and he had this turban and everything, just very innocent and shy. He said, no, I like to. It's only so new, everything so new. And I loved it because it was, you learn about the different ways how people behave in their countries and vice versa.
Can you tell why it's great to be Berliner?
I think it's so great because they're very straightforward. They're very honest in their way of saying right away what's happening. But and people would always say maybe they are unfriendly, they're weird, they're stubborn, whatever. But inside they're actually very, very proud, but very sweet, sensitive people. So but what is the most important maybe is live and let live. You can be so anonymous in the city. You can walk around with underwear on your head and no one would be bothered. So that is, this anonymity is very important.
Be who you are.
Yeah. The thing is, I lived 2 years in New York, I lived 1 year in Barcelona, 1 on Canary Island, but I always love coming back. But also because it's international.
Yeah. So is Berlin the best town in the world?
I wouldn't say so, because I think it changes all the time. I was once in Buenos Aires, and I thought that's the most beautiful city in the world. And I was another time in New York, I thought, that's the hit place now. Now I would say New York is getting a little bit more boring because you can't smoke anymore, you can everything is structured. Now it's Berlin that is very hip for the people, and it will change again. But for me, you are in a way right, because I just love being here with. But the thing is, I lived 1 year in Lanzarote, this Canary Island. It was like a dream place with my ex-girlfriend there, and it was beautiful to live there. But I felt like I'm too young for paradise. So what I love about Berlin is actually the dirt, the ugliness, the weird combination of new old architecture.
So you like it's not so easy?
Yeah, it's not so easy to live in Berlin. I feel like you have to be very strong from your personality. That I always realize when you're strong, you love the city. When you're not so strong, which is very sweet, you can fight in the winter and all that, It's a tough city, but if you have dreams and if you want to, you think it's the best city in the world.
what do you think about that? People say that Istanbul is the new Berlin, or the Leipzig is the new Berlin. Do you think same, or is Berlin still the Berlin?
I would actually agree with Istanbul because it's a very new inventing place with the same openness starting, or also the fight with Berlin was always fighting against the cliche of the boring German or something like that, and Istanbul is maybe fighting with Erdogan and all that kind of thing. So I would agree with Istanbul. Leipzig, for me, is too provincial to say it's a new Berlin. It's a small city. My wife comes from Leipzig, and she always loved Leipzig, but now she's in Berlin, and now she loves Berlin.
Maybe it's the moment, the place where you are, and where you have your friends and everything.
No, Leipzig is great, but it's a smaller city.
Right.
It's like, I think it will be with Helsinki and a small place, the same. Depends on your own attitude.
In your show, you told that Berliner are a little bit in depression.
Yeah.
So what is the problem with Berliner?
Maybe it still comes from the old history thing, that it was a divided city, that there was the war, that there was East and West, that there is always unemployment difficulties, that also now people from all around the world coming and living in Berlin sometimes might have it more easier than people who are Berliners. That's sometimes difficult. I don't know where it comes from, but it's a German thing to complain and to be stubborn.
Do you think it's a good idea to move in Berlin? And why is it a good idea?
I think it's a great idea right now because it's still a cheap place. It's a reinventing place. You can still, me living here, I still explore many new places all the time because suddenly, there's a Vietnam place around the corner. The other day I went around the corner in Breitscheidstraße in my old sheets, and I saw a coffee store which I've never seen, and I went in there, and so the guy went to me with a Rastafari thing, and he said, "So can I help you?" In English, "Can I help you?" So he's the white pine, there's a bottle, and I said, because I didn't, I just said, why speak English? And then he said, lo que yo, ¿qué pasa es que a la izquierda es, so he's talking Spanish to me. Finally he was talking German to me, but he couldn't speak German. And I love that, because finally Berlin is international. And me as a cosmopolitan person, I always wanted to have it international. And in Berlin you can do everything right now. It will change.
Now you have a lot of refugees here.
Yeah.
And the thing is cool.
I love it. And I was never a fan from Angela Merkel because she's a tough conservative woman. She is great for economics and she's great internationally, but was never a fan because she has not this visionary thing. But I love her now for having made the decision spontaneously to let the people in. It's going to be a tough fight, but I'm completely for trying to help these people and refugees. It's a unique situation, and the German people were helped back then after the war. So I totally feel like we have to do everything to try, even though it's getting hard and all that. But if the country can do that economically, then it's Germany. It's difficult for the people. Some are complaining it's hard and all that. But it's a chance to build something up.
It's good that Berlin has welcomed people so difficult situations in their own country.
Yeah, and in the whole world actually. How's it in Finland? The thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's
turning it around.
It's a big situation in Helsinki now, in Finland.
It's a big discussion, huh?
Yeah, and the problem is that it's so many racist people in Finland.
In Germany there.
But I think that most people say welcome to refugees, but it's the little and very noisy group that says no, and they have made some problems now in Finland.
So it's a big discussion as well.
Yeah.
How many people they take in, and it's going to change Europe now. It's a big development right now.
Yeah, I hope that Finland will be more open and more have more empathy
Yeah.
to help people who have so much troubles in their own countries, because in Finland's past it's the same thing, that Finnish people have had lots of problems and they have to move to other countries.
Yeah.
And many people have focus.
Yeah, but it's a typical thing. Once you're in your own situation, and it's difficult.
And other question, can you say which is better, Kreuzberg or Neugarn?
Tell me again.
Can you say which is better, Kreuzberg or Neugarn? These two very hipster area in Berlin.
Kreuzberg, or what was the other? Kreuzberg, and the other one was?
Neugarn.
Neukölln. What do you think is more cool, or what?
Yeah, more cool.
It's very difficult to answer that, because Neukölln was nothing. It was a dirty, run-down place. Now it's getting so, trendy, and they moved there. But so I think for young people, Neukölln might be more interesting, because it's all these bars and development and international. But Kreuzberg, I live in Kreuzberg, is the only place which, it changes completely now as well, but it always had the Turkish community, huge community here. Neukölln as well, but in Kreuzberg you have young people, old people, Turkish people, tourists and everything. It's one mix that always has been like that.
Yeah.
Neukölln totally changed from a very rundown place now in a very trendy place.
Yeah.
Which is great for people from outside, but when you live in a place, you love that Kreuzberg is still more real, like it used to be, as I feel. So I prefer Kreuzberg.
Okay. This is our last night in Berlin. Can you say what is the best thing to do in last night in Berlin?
That's a crazy question. That's a funny question.
One good thing was to see your show, of course.
Yeah. But to do something crazy in the night that is unique. That's a crazy question. Long time ago, I would have said that there was still in Kudam, you could see a movie that goes from 11 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the morning. You could see 12 different movies, like 40 crazy dream place for international people, but that is not on anymore. It's something very crazy. Let me think. Oh yeah, I know there is a place in Kreuzberg that is called Schlawinchen, and it's a bar that was the rundown bar for drunk guys, and you go there at 4 o'clock at night time every day of the week, and you get little piece of bread with butter on it for 50 pennies for nearly nothing. And you can get that at 4 o'clock at night time or 5 o'clock at night time. And so you're always welcome there. And it still exists actually. And so that might be something very special, because it's a total weird but original place. But I don't know whether you're willing to do that. It's a drunk place. But yeah, Schlawinchen in Kreuzberg is something very crazy.
Oh, okay, and it still exists?
It still exists, and it's still, the nice thing is there are sometimes some tourists, some students, some Kreuzberg young people around the corner, but still also the old alcoholics, 50, 60 years old, they go there for 30 years and have their own old thing. So it was like in the 90s, it was a place that was nearly close to finish, because there was no money anymore. And that's when the tourists came, so it could survive, but it always stayed the same since 30, 40 years. Yeah, Schlawinchen. It's not one of those huge tips, I think, in Lonely Planet also not, but it's known for its originality. but it's not too trendy, you know, just in between.
I didn't know the place, so...
Yeah, no. It's called Schlawinchen. It's Cottbusser Damm, Schönleinstraße, U-Bahn Schönleinstraße around the corner. So for all I've seen the future many Finnish people there.
I can feel it my own.
Wollen Sie ein Buch kaufen? Eines der letzten Bücher. Ich habe noch 2 Bücher. Nächste Woche Dienstag, alles klar, ja. Sehr clever. Line but honesty. Ciao.
That was all questions.
Sorry?
That was all questions, so...
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was fun. We make a picture. Hi, Finland.